people want their vote to matter. I guess we'll put it that way, right? Voters have a rationality where they want their vote to matter. Oftentimes they are voting against another person rather than voting for someone. But basically, and I'm probably not doing the best articulating this, but the nature of the single member district, our electoral system is what necessitates two parties, because there's really not a lot of rational arguments on voting for a third party. The throw your vote away is more often than not true. That if I vote for a third party candidate, I know I'm essentially excluding myself from the outcome, and my candidate's going to lose. And again, and there can be, really great times to do that. I've voted third party before, so I'm not saying it's like a completely useless thing to do, but much more often than not, by voting a third party, you're really excluding yourself from the outcome of the race, and you're not going to have an impact on who represents you in that single member district. In a parliamentary system, when they have to create a coalition over a government, and if a party does get 10% of the vote, maybe that does give them certain seats in parliament, which they can then negotiate and create a coalition government. In that instance, it makes perfect sense. There's a huge rational, in a state like Germany or even Israel or the United Kingdom, where, okay, I'm willing to vote for this minority party because I know that if they get 10% of the votes, they're still getting 10% of the representation, or whatever, however it works out. So there's still a tangible benefit and rational reason to vote third party. We have that to a much lesser extent in the United States. And it really is, all we have is, okay, if there's a terrible Republican and a terrible Democrat, and we want to see one person lose over the other, do we form a third party candidate, just to hurt one candidate or another? So there are, like I said, there are potential electoral benefits, but I don't think it's nearly as simple as a lot of libertarian activists believe it to be.